Let's make egg treasure duck YLO style.
Hi, I'm YLO, a Honger who loved the US lifestyle but decided to raise my mixed race family back in Hong Kong. After being back to my roots for 15 years, I have come to appreciate the tradition of Asian culture and cuisines even more. I also realized that traditional recipes may not be relatable to this generation. So join me on my quest to decode the complex world of traditional Asian cuisine, making these recipes more accessible for you and me. So I gather my gang of international taste buds to try this traditional dish, the eight treasure duck, at Hei Ma Ning Asiana Restaurant, a Hong Kong classic for over 50 years. I'm curious of what they think about this Chinese imperial dish and how we may improve this for future generations.
I was invited to the kitchen to check out how chef finished this traditional egg treasure duck. Tonight, we have taste buds from all over the world. Eve, Viv, and I are Cantonese. Andrew is British. My kids are mixed. Jeremiah is American. Mer is Iranian. And Mark is from Australia. The traditional filling usually consists of barley or glutinous rice, Chinese sausage or ham, dates, lotus seeds, prawns, or sometimes even abalone.
Okay, so what's your verdict? I loved actually the moisture. I love the flavors of the nuts inside that has got some a bit of a texture.
I find the inside like this
It's very moist.
is moist.
Yeah.
However, the look is not very appealing to me.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about this?
Look at the face.
Why are you putting me on the spot?
Because if you want to be your duck, what would you put inside?
Rice. I would have put
Rice.
the rice. I would have put the long knife on.
So I've been gathering recipes from mom, uncles, relatives, and trying to find the best way to cook this eight treasure duck. So today my guest is Nellie, my youngest, and she's gonna help me prepare our version of eight treasure duck.
I've collected feedback from my dinner, and after some research, I found out that the eight treasure duck, as known as ba bo ngap, is a traditional imperial dish that originated in Jiangsu and was passed down to Guangdong. It dates back to the Qing Dynasty and was a favorite dish of the last emperor, Qi Tai Hao, for special occasions in her palace. It was also featured in the movie Eat, Drink, Men, Women, and remains a classic dish during Chinese New Year because of its name that brings fortune and blessing for the family. The recipe has gone through transformations throughout history, and it is now my turn to tweak it and pass it down to my children.
All right, Nellie and I are gonna show you my way of making a treasure duck. Let me teach you a little trick. Can you lift the chopping board up for me?
Oh, you have a wet thing?
Yes, put a wet towel underneath so that it doesn't move all over the place, right? You had the eight treasure duck.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Personally, I thought it was a little too mushy for me.
I think we can pick whatever we want. If you want to put spam in it, you can too. This will be our eight treasure duck. Whatever treasure you want to put in. But you know, there's a reason why these ingredients are inside. You know what it means by lotus seeds?
No.
Lotus seeds in Chinese signify 脸生貴子. We are wishing you having lots of children.
No.
Alright, so we have lotus seeds, red dates, chestnuts, sausage, which I already cut up for you. Lapchang, yep. And then underneath there is rice and barley. Some mushrooms as well. So the reason I soaked everything together is I want to get all the flavor and the umami of the mushrooms and everything into the rice. So this is soaked overnight.
Okay.
And so when you put it in the duck, it will be nice and soft. A few things we need to do. First, we need to cut up the mushroom. And then meanwhile, I'm going to remove the seeds of the date. So what I do is also I cut the side of the date. You know, dates, you can also make tea.
I know.
You know, cut it in half and then put it in your tea. It's very good for your blood and also give it a little bit of natural sweetness. So if you don't want to add extra sugar in your drink, this will be good. All right, next I'm going to have you devein the lotus seeds. Most of them are deveined, but there are gonna be few that are left behind. See, if you open it up, see the green bits? The green bits, you don't want to eat it because it's bitter. So we want to make sure. So you split open every one of them.
Let's grab a bunch.
Yeah. So tell people, what is your favorite Chinese dish? What is your favorite go-to? Ha ha ha. Just want to spend some time to thank you for getting this far, and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Let's get back to it.
Dan Dan mian.
Dan Dan mian?
Yeah. Anytime it comes up on the menu, I'll probably order it.
Yeah.
If I can.
Now this is chestnut. I'm also going to, this is the snack, the snack chestnut. I also soak it a little bit to make it softer, and I break it into halves so that when it's inside the duck, it will continue to cook and it's not too big. I did something Western in this recipe.
I'm not surprised. Traditionally,
they ask for ham yok, salted pork, or Parma ham, but Chinese version, 金華火腿. Sometimes it can be too strong, and I think for you guys, you don't like it too strong. So I actually found the alternative and easier way is pancetta. It's basically salted pork, cured pork, and I did the non-smoky flavor, so it's not so crazy. I also have some shrimp here. You can use dry shrimp or fresh shrimp, but I think I like fresh shrimp better. So you just basically cut them into halves. If it's bigger prawns, you can cut them into threes. Another ingredient is salted egg yolk. I so happen to have some miso egg yolk from another recipe, so I'm gonna use this instead of my salted egg yolk. Give it a good saute. Drain the dry ingredient, but save the water for later use. Good job. Keep stirring. You don't want the bottom to be burning. Now we're gonna put some soy sauce, Chinese wine, and some sugar. This is like the 3 basic marinade of Chinese food. Yeah. Now I add a little bit of the liquid back in there. So give it a stir until it's completely dry. Okay, now we're gonna let this cool before we can stuff the duck. This is a rice duck which is leaner and less gamey. The following debone technique is unique to the treasure duck. I debone the duck without cutting open the duck itself, making it easy to stuff and impressive for the presentation. Starting from the bottom, cut with a small knife and poultry scissors, using your hands to pull the ribcage apart slowly. Continue to cut and peel as needed without breaking the skin. Separate the thighs and wing bone from the main body, and like a glove, the entire ribcage will come out, leaving a completely deboned duck. The bone is made into duck stock, and we will use it for the gravy at the end. Alright, while you were at school, I already deboned this duck. So as you can see, everything is gone. Traditionally, they leave the duck head too, but I think we can go without, yeah? We're going to marinate the duck and give it a little bit of color, give it a little tan. So the light soy sauce gives it flavor, and dark soy sauce gives it
Color.
Exactly. See the difference?
Yeah.
And then a little bit of wine to get rid of all the funky smell of the duck and give it a little bit more flavor. You also have to do the inside of the duck as well.
What?
Come on, get your hands dirty. And then we have to add a little bit of 5 spice.
This is really amazing.
We want to see your look.
Look at that experience.
Good job.
You can smack it.
Smack it. We're gonna let this sit for half an hour and then let it dry a little bit so that the skin will seal up all the flavor. All right? We are now ready to stuff the duck. This is cooled. We're now going to put that inside the cavity. Don't be so excited and just stuff the duck to the fullest, right? We want to only stuff it to about 80%. Now there's gonna be leftover stuffing, which I purposely did that. You can actually just put it in the rice cooker and make extra rice. Then this rice is gonna be called Ba Bo Fan.
Oh.
Ba Bo Fan 係乜嘢啊？
I don't know.
A treasure rice咯 OMG. Alright, now we're gonna put 2 of these pieces inside the duck. I'm gonna show you how to close it up. So it's kind of like needle and thread. If you do not have a skewer, you can use a wooden toothpick is okay as well. So you gather, you basically like a sewing. You gather and then you poke and then twist. Careful, don't stick your hands. And then again.
It's like those braided breads.
Yes. And then how do you finish it off?
I would not like to be a duck.
You just stuff it inside. And then it's nicely done. This is also our version of the duck for more of a modern and Western taste bud. I think I like the skin a little bit crispy. So what I would do, instead of steaming it, we actually bake it. I'm gonna start a base. So what I would do, ginger. Can you just put like a whole bunch and put it inside?
Like here?
Yeah. And then here I have a garlic, which I open face. And you know what is confit garlic?
Yes. So you cover it in oil. Or like you.
So this is gonna be duck fat confit garlic. So I put the garlic here. So there's gonna be a lot of fat that comes out from the duck. And this garlic is gonna be so yummy. And I also do some carrot just to give the duck a little bit of room for it to release the oil without being bathed in it.
Yeah.
So this is a nice little bed for a beautiful duck.
Oh my god. Okay.
Put it on top of there, making it nice and pretty. Now, last stop. I want it to be moist as well, and I want the rice to cook. There's so much oil underneath. I don't want it to be splattering all over my oven. So I actually put some of that mushroom water into the bottom so that when it cooks, it gives out steam. At the same time, it traps the oil so it doesn't make a huge messy of your oven. Cook the duck on high heat at 200 Celsius to extract the fat for 20 minutes. Then reduce the heat to 150 Celsius and continue to cook for 1 hour until nice and tender. To garnish the dish, I sauté some bok choy with our duck stock and garlic. Then season with soy and add some cornstarch into the remaining mushroom water. Combine it together to thicken the sauce. Give it a taste and add seasoning as needed.
Ducky.
Move the pin. To thank them for filming, I've invited Vivian, my videographer, and Nelly to try my duck. 食飯啦! So,
Weird. Your hair skin.
is it cooked?
I definitely like crispy skin.
The rice is a better texture than the restaurant one.
How long did you soak those mushroom
Overnight.
water? Yeah, I can really taste it.
Well, thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you will make your own a treasure duck. Until then, we wish you
新年快樂！
身體健康。
萬事如意. See you! Wait! Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below what Asian recipe you want us to try. Your feedback is super important to us to do better videos like this.